What's up, you guys? Today I want to talk about my TikTok. Oh, that rhymes. Let's get into this because more and more people in my personal life are finding it, and it's gonna be out there, so I might as well talk about it. As y'all know by now, I was doing YouTube videos about being ex-Mormon, and I thought I was doing a really good job being nice, which was really hard because I don't know about y'all, but as I've left the church and kind of discovered more of the things that weren't told to me or were hidden, or just looking back on my life and realizing all the opportunities I missed, all of the things I sacrificed for something that was bullshit, it makes you mad and it makes you frustrated, and I wanted to talk about it. But again, I was trying to do YouTube videos that Mormons and ex-Mormons alike would feel, not 100% comfortable for the Mormons, but weren't mean or ranting because I didn't want to be that stereotype. But even doing these videos that were as nice as I thought was humanly possible, I had so many Mormons in my personal life come to me and be mad about them. And I was so frustrated. I cried and cried so hard because I thought I was trying to just nicely tell my story and share my personal experiences, and it was still not okay. It was not okay for me to share those things that were hard and painful and to put it out in the world. So I decided to take a break from putting it out on YouTube. And during that break, I just kept getting more and more mad and finding out more things and having more regrets of the choices I've made and the different parts of Mormonism that were terrible for me. And so I started to get angry and feel all this pain and just feel really, really fucking alone. Really alone, because I had spent my whole life in a church. All my friends were Mormon. All my family was Mormon. I didn't have hardly anyone I could go to. And I needed to find people, and I needed a space where I could be true to myself and talk about Mormonism in a way that was truthful to how I actually felt, instead of trying to be this really polite person. Because no matter what, the Mormons are going to be angry at me, right? So why am I trying so hard to be nice? I was just done. So I decided to find a new outlet, and my sister had recently started TikTok, and so I got one to follow her, and she did a couple ex-Mormon videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, those are really funny. And the more I listened to TikTok sounds, the more I'm like, oh, that could totally be an ex-Mormon sound. And so I was like, I don't have anyone besides my ex-Mormon sister who is on TikTok. I couldn't find any friends or family who was on TikTok, and I decided this is perfect. This is a perfect outlet for me because it's kind of a new thing-ish, and I don't know anyone on here. And so I decided to make an ex-Mormon specific TikTok. I wanted it to be very clear it was ex-Mormon. I didn't want to mix any other content in there because my TikToks aren't for Mormons. I don't have any desire to try and duke it out with Mormons, to try and convince them to leave. That wasn't my thing. I honestly believe you won't leave, or people won't leave Mormonism until they're ready. You can't logic someone out of it. It's very rare. I feel like the more you fight them, the more they dig in, and they're like, no, it's true. So I was like, I need it to be clearly ex-Mormon. And you can see that. It's in my username. I'm ex-Mormon Mindy on my TikTok. And again, I never hashtag Mormons. I never hashtag LDS Church. It's all ex-Mormon hashtags because I did not want the Mormons. And I saw it as an outlet. That's all I wanted, is I wanted an outlet to put out my anger and to talk about some of the hard things in the church in a funny way. And I do have some more serious TikToks, but honestly, a lot of them are just funny because I deal with trauma and pain with humor. I always have. And I told Greg, I'm like, I want it to be funny because it's true. That's always my goal with every TikTok I put out. It's funny because it's true. Anyways, so I started this TikTok for ex-Mormonism. I didn't even use my real name because, well, it's my middle name, but I didn't use my real name because I didn't want my family and friends to find it, because again, it's not for them. It's not for the Mormons. I don't want them to see it because I was Mormon, and I know that pain and that heartache from someone talking bad about your church. And so I was like, don't want you on there. When I started, I didn't have any sort of goal, I guess, except to find community and to be able to talk about things that bothered me in the church. And I honestly was like, if I get 1,000 followers, I'm gonna feel so lucky and so blessed and so excited because that would just be amazing to have 1,000 ex-Mormons, because sometimes when you're ex-Mormon, especially in Utah, surrounded by Mormons, you feel crazy and you feel alone. And so I was like, if I could find 1,000 people out there that are ex-Mormon and who like my content and relate to it enough to follow me, that will be amazing. It'll help me find community. It'll help me feel not so alone. Hopefully it helps them feel not so alone. That's what I want more than anything. And so I started my TikTok, and you know, I think it really resonated with people, and my numbers grew and grew and grew. And honestly, I don't even think I've comprehended the number of followers I have on TikTok. It's amazing and humbling and honestly terrifying, because I'm just a girl. Like, I'm just a normal person. And like, I'm not some expert on church history, and I don't have a ton of great advice on how to leave, because I only have my own experience to draw from, which isn't everyone's experience and isn't everyone's current situation. But I'm so grateful to find the people I have found, and ex-Mormon community is so damn supportive. So as of today, I have 52,900 followers, and that is just humbling and insane, and I'm so excited about that number. But again, I started my TikTok trying to be a little bit secretive. I didn't want like my personal life seeping into my TikTok. I didn't connect it to like my Facebook. I didn't advertise for it on any of my other social media platforms. I really didn't want people in my personal life to find it. But honestly, with the numbers it's at right now, if you're in Utah and have a TikTok, you're probably gonna see me, and that is terrifying. And I've almost deleted my account so many times because of the chance of people seeing me, because I'm scared, you know. And I put on a face, and it's scary to have someone in your personal life come after you. Some troll on the internet or some Mormon who's hurt, like, they don't bother me. Like, you can tell me like, oh, you're so judgmental, or what's your problem bashing the religion, like this is a you issue, and it doesn't bother me. But coming from someone I love and know is really terrifying. And again, I've almost deleted it like 5,000 times, honestly. But every time I think about it, I remember the messages I've gotten from people who are like, thank you, you helped, you know, me leave officially, or you helped me be brave enough to tell people I've left, or you helped me feel not so alone. And those are all things when I left that I wanted. You know, I wanted someone who could be like, this is normal. You're not crazy. You're not alone. You have community. And the more it grows, the bigger that community gets, not only for me, but for all of my followers. You know, they can literally look at that number, which it just isn't huge in the grand scheme of things. But because being ex-Mormon used to be such a shameful thing to be, people didn't talk about it. You know, families didn't admit their children had left, and people just kind of disappeared into the shadows. And I feel like with social media now, we're able to talk about it. We're able to say you're not alone. We're able to find each other and to realize the issues in the church and to be there for one another. And it's one of the most beautiful things about social media, honestly, is that ability to connect with people and to share experiences and to share the joys and the hard times and the heartbreak and everything in between. And it's honestly been one of the most amazing things in my life, is to watch this TikTok grow from, you know, nothing to almost 53,000 followers. Like, it is amazing. It's an amazing community to be a part of. I love ex-Mormon TikTok and ex-Mormon social media, podcasts, everything under the sun. It is just the best. But again, I have grown, and I have been starting to have family members find it, and some really hurtful things have been said to me, and it sucks. You know, it's one of those things, again, I had to decide if it was worth it, and it is for me. It's worth it to stick up for myself, to stick up for what I believe in, to share what I believe in, and what I think is so wrong in the church, and what people need to wake up and realize is so wrong. And I'm willing, I guess, to take the backlash for my choices and my actions, and I understand what I put out is offensive to Mormons, and I feel bad, but also I feel like the amount of people I'm helping and the people who might feel like they're in the minority because they're surrounded by Mormons, it's worth helping those minority people to feel like they have community. So that is my TikTok journey, and it's been insane and a whirlwind. I only started it in June, so it's been really fast and really great and scary and everything in between, and I'm not going anywhere, not as of today. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't seen my TikTok and you're ex-Mormon, because that's who it's made for, go find me on ex-Mormon Mindy. I'm way funnier there. And probably way cooler. You don't have to hear me talk for 10 minutes. It's just little 60-second spurts. And let me know. Let me know if you came here from TikTok and you found my TikTok helpful. Anyways, I don't know if this video makes sense. I'm sorry I rambled so much, but it's just been something on my heart and something I've had to think a lot about as my family has been finding my TikTok and watching my TikTok and having to decide, is it worth it or not? And again, it is. It's so worth it in so many ways. But I love you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more ex-Mormon content. Bye, guys.